Alrighty, here we go on Winter's Gate. Winter's Gate for the second game of Scrap. Well, I hesitate to call it StarCraft. I mean, in many ways it looks like StarCraft, but on closer inspection, it really doesn't. So on this best of three, I can't even remember who won the first game. It was so miserable, was it? Some aspect of my brain has tried to block it out. Plekra, I believe, is one game up. And you know, I would hesitate to try and make any predictions about this. Tidiest Chunk opening with double refinery there, and Plekra opening with double pylon into Gateway Forge. These are not builds. It's a nice fast expand from Plekra, so that's nice to see. Maybe that will, you know, maybe that's indicative of something other than just blindly spamming B and clicking anything that the worker is able to build at that time with no thought whatsoever. Tidiest Chunk again doing a good job of not being supply blocked. Not quite as good a job of not being supply blocked as Plekra, who is very not supply blocked at 30 of 70. Side core comes down. And presumably, like, we've chronoed an idle gateway there, so that's a good way to waste an entire chrono boost. I like it. There's another expand going to come in, and there are workers being made. So, you know, to the untrained eye, you'd think Plekra has some idea of how to play the game, but then you'd see these idle gateways and these random structures, and you'd think, maybe not. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, look, it's a similar composition to what we saw before. A variety of Reapers that achieved nothing. Several sort of barracks with tech labs. Are there upgrades from the tech labs? Not at present, but what we have got coming out of the engineering bay here is one of the lesser spotted upgrades. I think that was auto-sec tracking. Which gives additional range to your missile turrets. Don't see any missile turrets, but you know, yeah, that's an interesting upgrade to get at this stage of a game in which you don't have any of the things that it affects. But you know, who am I to judge? Who am I to judge? Let's have a look at the army supply. 72 to 50 in general. You know, the person with the most army supply tends to win, but it isn't always the case. It looks like there is going to be a fight here, and it looks like the Protoss army is going to win it because there's Void Rays in the mix, and these Marauders don't shoot up, and look how many Reapers there are, and Reapers don't shoot up, and additionally, even if they did, they're rubbish. So the Winter Mines aren't even going to burrow, so they're going to achieve nothing. And all of this army that can't shoot up is now just going to die to the flying things, which seems like an awful shame. Yeah, Tidiest Chunk again, firing off a few shots at his own barracks. It's very much in line with the style of play that we've seen in the past. So, Void Rays are just going to come in uncontested. Nothing is here that can possibly shoot them, and it is GG. Plekra somehow manages to win 2 games. GG.